Let me ask you one thing, just one. And if you answer this honestly, it can change everything. Here it is. When you wake up every morning, what is the first thought that crosses your mind? Most people will tell you, I wish today was a holiday. Let this day just pass somehow. I'll start tomorrow. That one thought, that one small thought, is what keeps you exactly where you were yesterday. And it will keep you there tomorrow too. But there is a small group of people, a very small group, who wake up and think something different. They think, what can I do today that makes me better than yesterday? Just one question. That one question separates their life from everyone else's. And today, that is exactly what we are going to talk about. If you want videos like this that actually make a difference, subscribe to this channel right now, hit the bell icon, and make sure you never miss a single video. So today I want to give you 4 things. 4 things that can change your life in a single day. Not a year, not a month, one day. These are not theories. These are not ideas from a classroom. These are feelings, emotions. And emotions, when they arrive at the right moment, can lift a person from the place they have been stuck in their entire life. The first one. Disgust. Now that word might sound strange, but disgust is perhaps the most powerful emotion a human being can ever feel. Disgust does not mean you are tired. Disgust means you look at your own life and say, enough, no more. Not one more day like this. That one day, that single moment, when you are done with your own excuses, done with your own habits, done with your own lies. That day may not be the day everything ends, but it is absolutely the day everything begins. Let me tell you something. There was a man, no money in the house, no respect, no courage to answer a straight question. One day, his wife went to the market. She stood there with 2 cans in her hands. One cost a little less, one cost a little more. And he knew, sitting at home, he knew she was going to pick the cheaper one. Not because she wanted to, but because she had no choice. That thought broke something inside him. That night, that man stood up, and he said, no, not anymore. I will not live like this. That day was his turning point. Disgust. It is a powerful thing. The question is, when will it arrive for you? Now think about this. Most people are waiting for motivation to arrive, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to push them. But disgust does not wait. When it comes like a fire. And when that fire arrives, everything changes. The man who has truly had enough does not need a morning alarm. He does not need someone to remind him. He does not need a motivational video. He already knows, because something inside him has shifted. Something has broken that needed to break. And from that breaking, something stronger is born. Now ask yourself honestly, is there something in your life right now that you have tolerated for too long? A habit that you know is destroying you. A situation that you know is holding you back. A version of yourself that you are tired of being. Because the day you get truly disgusted with that version, that is the day your real life begins. Not next year. Not someday. That day. And only you can decide when that day arrives. The second thing, decision. And I want you to understand, this is not just a mental exercise. Decision is physical. It lives in your stomach. It is those knots you feel at night. That cold sweat when you wake up at 3 a.m. trying to figure out which direction to go. We sometimes call it inner civil war. One side of you wants to stay safe. The other side of you knows you were built for more. And between those two sides, a decision must be made. A friend of mine, a very successful man, once gave me the simplest advice I have ever received. He said, if it is easy, do it easy. If it is hard, do it hard. Just get it done. That is it. That is the whole philosophy. Most people's lives do not change because they never decide. They think, they plan, they prepare, they wait for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment does not come before the decision. It comes after, always after. So let me ask you, what is one decision you have been avoiding for the past year, 2 years, maybe longer? What is that one thing you already know you need to do, but you keep pushing it to tomorrow? Because here is the truth. Once you decide, actually decide, moving forward becomes easier than the decision itself. The decision is the hardest part. Everything after that is just execution. Go home tonight and make that decision. Not tomorrow, tonight. And watch what happens to your energy the very next morning. Think about the weight you carry every single day from decisions you have not made, every unfinished conversation, every postponed goal, every dream you said you would start but did not. That weight is real. It drains you. It slows you down. It keeps you circling the same place year after year. But the moment you decide, that weight lifts. Not because everything is solved, but because you now have direction. And direction is everything. A ship without a destination drifts. A ship with a destination cuts through any storm. Decision gives you your destination. And once you have your destination, Nothing can stop you from moving toward it. Dot. The third thing. Desire. Not just wanting something, but wanting it so badly that it burns. Wanting it so much that sleep becomes difficult. Wanting it so deeply that excuses start to feel embarrassing. That kind of desire. And I know what you are thinking. How do I get that kind of desire? Where does it come from? Here is what I know. First, it comes from inside, not outside. Nobody can hand it to you. No video can install it. No seminar can give it to you permanently. It lives in you. Second, it can be triggered by something, by anything. Maybe a book, maybe a single sentence someone says, maybe a painful experience, maybe a moment of complete silence. When you finally hear your own thoughts clearly, nobody knows what will trigger it, which is why the best advice I can give you is this. Keep your life open. Welcome every experience, even the difficult ones, even the painful ones, because sometimes the most bitter moment produces the greatest awakening. The same wall you build to keep out pain, it also keeps out growth. Let life touch you, not destroy you, but touch you. Feel things, because feeling is what activates desire, and desire is what activates everything else. I once knew a young man who had every reason to quit, lost his job, lost his relationship, was living in a small room with barely enough to eat. Most people in that situation give up. They sit in the darkness and wait for someone to rescue them. But this young man, one evening, picked up a book. He did not even remember why. He just picked it up, and something in those pages lit something inside him. Not overnight, but slowly. A page at a time, a day at a time. That desire, small at first, grew into something unstoppable. 2 years later, completely different life. Same person, different fire inside. That is what desire does. And you never know what will trigger it. Which is why you must stay open. Keep learning. Keep experiencing. Keep showing up. Because your trigger might be just one conversation away, one book away, one moment away. The fourth thing. And this is the most powerful of all four. Resolve. 2 words, I will. Just 2 words. But when those 2 words come from the deepest part of who you are, the world moves aside. Benjamin Disraeli once said, nothing can resist a human will that will stake even its existence on the extent of its purpose. Put simply, I will do it, or I will die trying. That is resolve. That is not motivation. Motivation fades. Resolve does not. Motivation depends on how you feel. Resolve does not care how you feel. Resolve shows up when you are tired. Resolve shows up when no one is watching. Resolve shows up when everything is going wrong and every logical reason says stop, and you keep going anyway. I want to tell you about the best definition of resolve I ever heard. It did not come from a professor. It did not come from a book. It came from a young girl in a classroom. I asked the students, what does resolve mean? Many hands went up, many good answers came. But the last one stopped me completely. A girl in the back row raised her hand quietly. She said, I think resolve means promising yourself you will never give up. I stood there for a moment, and I thought, that is it. That is the whole definition. Promise yourself you will never give up. Not when it is hard. Not when you are tired. Not when people doubt you. Not when results are slow. Never. And here is a question I want you to think about carefully. When a baby is learning to walk, how many times does that baby fall? Dozens of times. Hundreds maybe. And what does every mother in the world say? She says, my baby will keep trying until it walks. No mother gives up on her baby learning to walk. No mother says 10 falls is the limit. After that we stop. Never. Then why? Why do we give up on ourselves so easily? Why do we allow ourselves 3 attempts and then quit? The baby does not quit. The baby does not know how to quit. And somewhere inside you, neither do you. You have just forgotten that. Now here is what brings all 4 of these things to life. Here is what turns emotion into result, action, doing something, anything, moving. Because disgust without action is just pain. Decision without action is just intention. Desire without action is just a dream. Resolve without action is just a word. Action is what separates the people who change their lives from the people who talk about changing their lives. Every single time. Faith without works, as the old saying goes, is useless. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. And there is nothing more dangerous than delusion. The man who keeps walking west looking for the sunrise, he is not just lost. He is confidently lost. He is enthusiastically going in the wrong direction, feeling good about going nowhere. Do not be that man. Combine your belief with your behavior. Combine your words with your work. Combine your desire with your discipline. And watch what happens. So let me close with 4 questions. Take these home with you. First, why? Why should you try? Why read more? Why work harder? Why push yourself? Good question. Why? And the best answer to why is the second question. Why not? What else are you going to do with this life? Why not see how much you can learn? How far you can go? How much you can build? Why not make it extraordinary? The third question. Why not you? Others have started with nothing and built something remarkable. Others have come from difficult backgrounds and created incredible lives. Others have failed multiple times and still found a way. Why not you? There is nothing special about them that is not also in you. Nothing. The only difference is they decided. They felt the disgust. They made the decision. They found the desire. They built the resolve and they acted. Why not you? And the final question, why not now? Not next week? Not when conditions improve? Not when you feel ready? Now? Pick up one new book, set one new goal, make one new decision, start one new habit. Take one step today that your future self will thank you for. Because that day, that one day, when everything shifts, might just be today. And if you are willing to let it be today, then everything we talked about was worth it. Disgust, decision, desire, resolve, action. That is the formula. Simple, not easy, but simple. And it has worked for every person who has ever truly committed to it. The only question remaining is, will it work for you? It will. The moment you decide it will.